there's a lot of positive change going on. And now is just kind of the time where you need to just take a sigh. Just take a breath. Let's just take one together. Just breathe in, hold it, hold it, hold it, and release, 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 release. Keep going until there's nothing there, till there's nothing there. Now breathe in again. Deep breath in, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now release, big release. And the reason why we're doing this is because, man, I mean, we've been through a journey the last couple of years. A lot of people have been through a lot of stuff over the last few years. A lot of different situations where they were tested, where there were opportunity windows, where there were different situations in which they just needed to be a warrior. They needed to fight. But now there's a lot of people out there, they can just take a deep breath, a sigh of relief, and just know that you accomplished your goals. You did what you said you were going to do. Now's the time to release all of your fear, release anything that's negative in your life, and just know that all positivity is coming now. It's coming your way, and it's coming fast and quicker than you could have ever realized. So just take that deep breath and just truly relax in this moment, knowing that you did everything you could, knowing that every day is going to get better and better every day in every way. And I'm so grateful over the past couple of days because Kelly's been really talking and being able to support me. And I'm never like having a bad attitude or bad mood, but some days you just feel maybe just a little down, a little bit like, all right, and she's able to come in and just really bring that feminine energy to where she's saying, when things get better, they get better. And she says a lot of powerful affirmations that really keeps me in check and keeps my mind going. And that's the kind of motivation you need from a woman that's going to keep you going and going, because I don't really need motivation, but just support. Everybody needs support in one way or another, because as you're working hard, as you're on your journey, a lot of times maybe you put your self-help, health to the side, and you're not focusing on yourself as much, but you really do need to focus on yourself and continue to do your practices like meditation, journaling, because that's the way that you're going to get the messages.
Yeah, and not only that, but it keeps you grounded as well. Just, you can get so caught up in the chaotic day to day with the work and the tasks and the errands and the chores. But I just feel like when I'm not consistently doing my spiritual stuff, or if that's what you want to call it, your self-care, journaling and reading, just taking a little bit of time to read, a little bit of time to send Reiki, at least for me, or
absolutely
pray, whatever it is. And you just start to feel your mind get just a little more fuzzy and not
more
as
susceptible.
Relaxed. Yeah. And even just you doing that little message and that little breathing, that really just 2 deep breaths, it really got me nice and calmed down. And doing our breathing is so important, because also, we have 2 systems that our body goes into, the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. And honestly, I forget which one is which, but one is your state for when you go into flight or fight, and one is, just your neutral state. But the thing is, we are naturally going into the fight or flight so much more often now, when it's not a real threat, but so many things are being interpreted by our brain these days as a threat. So our body is literally going, I think it's the parasympathetic, going into that system and that's why we feel so worked up and anxious. And then we start getting these illnesses in our body, and it's all because of this. But something I learned that I really like, this is from Mel Robbins, is she does this every morning. She says that she'll put her hands on her chest and take deep breaths. And as she's breathing, she's literally just telling herself, I'm safe, I'm protected, I'm loved. And she said she'll literally do it like 23 times, basically every morning. And it just gets your mind in the right state between those two, because we don't even realize, it's kind of unconscious, but we'll be floating around all day long in this fight or flight reaction, thinking we're not safe, thinking we're not protected. And it's really not good, causes stress in the body. So those deep breaths were really relaxing for me.
The way that I see it is, like I said, whenever you don't do the journaling, whenever you're not doing meditation, whenever you're not doing affirmations to yourself and putting positivity in your brain constantly, you're going to open yourself up to be more susceptible to negative energy, because what you're doing is you're programming your subconscious mind whenever you're saying positive affirmations to yourself, whenever you're taking in positive information like this podcast, like my meditations, like everything that we say, you're taking in that positive information. And whether you're listening to it or not, because you can hear it and not listen, it's still going in your subconscious mind. And then that's going to be lingering in your subconscious mind to whenever you're in a situation where you might be fearful, that comes into play and says, you know what? Yes, I am fearful, but guess what? I'm going to be okay. I am protected. I am safe. And whenever you have that kind of mentality and that kind of mindset, what you're going to get next is going to be a more fantastic life than you could have ever imagined. You truly have to put yourself in that position, because a lot of times I'm very, very good at telling other people what to do. But so sometimes what I do is I put myself in a third person's perspective. What would I do if I want to do A, B, and C, if I want to accomplish these goals? And I view it as if I'm telling someone else, and then that's what I need to do. So if I'm feeling down or if I'm not feeling right, what would I tell someone else to do? I'll tell someone to journal. So then I go and journal for an hour. I say the affirmations after I journal them in the 369 method. I actually go and I meditate. I go on a walk. I get in nature. I ground myself. These are all the things that I do, that I take part in doing, because especially where we live, it gets really cold. The last few days have been pretty nice out, but it does get very, very cold. Mm-hmm. So whenever it gets that cold, a lot of times you put yourself in a position where you're not outside as much. You're not getting as much sun. You're not getting as many vitamins. And that can cause you to feel depressed. Now, I don't believe that you are constantly depressed in a state of depression at all time. I don't believe that, because I believe that you're choosing who you want to be every instant in time. But you can feel depressed, but every moment in time, you can choose not to feel that. You can start to smile. You can choose to go out and do something, whether it's working out, whether it's watching a movie, whether it's watching a comedy special, making yourself laugh. There's different actions that you can take to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, there's many different things. And if it's just a matter of kind of, you need to boost your mood or just feel overall a bit better, it doesn't necessarily have to be these kind of spiritual practices. It can be watch a funny movie. It can be call a friend. It can be take a bubble bath, which I think is spiritual, because I get downloads and nice messages in the bath. But either way, just something. And every now and again, I mean, we are only human. Even the most positive people, which I would say, honestly, An is the most positive person I know, and is able to just have a good mind state through the hardest of things that come up. But at the end of the day, we're all only human. And every now and again, you're just going to have those little days or little times. And that's why it's important to have a good partner that can kind of recognize those things in you. Or maybe not a partner, maybe a friend, a family member, whoever you're around a lot, and it's kind of your person. And luckily, I was able to recognize that a bit in Han. Like he said, it wasn't anything crazy, but just we know each other so well. So I could just tell he just needed a little bit of a boost. And I used to not be that good at communicating and knowing what to say. But when you go through times where you have to do it, or you're do it or lose it, basically, and you go through hardships together where you have to be someone's rock, you just learn how to do things naturally because you kind of have to, basically. So I got a lot better at communicating the past couple of years and knowing how to cheer someone up, what to say, especially for Han. And so every now and again, sometimes just hearing that from someone, because sometimes you can tell yourself your own affirmations and all these things all day, but every now and again, a day will come up and it's just not resonating.
Yeah, and just so people know, I'm not the kind of person that needs to be
Not at all.
told, oh, you're doing great, all the time. I never need to hear any of that.
It's a very rare instance.
But you give me 1 or 2 good sentences and I'm good to go for 6 months.
I mean, we're only human.
So I don't need a lot, but sometimes you just need 1 or 2 sentences, where it's like, nah, F that, we got this.
Yeah.
And
everyone needs support in their life.
It's beautiful to hear. But as Kelly was saying, she was not the best communicator and she's still getting better. Yeah. But I want her to continue to get better, as you saw the last podcast, which is why I push her and I push her and push her, because I know that's going to make her better. But the thing is, whenever I do a podcast, whenever I do an interview, whenever I make a video, I listen to the video because everybody is practicing communicating at all times. But practice doesn't do anything because we're speaking every day. If you're running every day, that doesn't mean you're going to get better at it. There's only a certain limit. Whenever you're training and you're reflecting and you're actually looking, what could I do better? That is what defines someone that's good at something from a professional to a champion. Those different tweaks. So whenever I watch a podcast, whenever I do an interview, any forum that I'm speaking, I listen to myself intently and I think, what can I do better? Why did I say here? Why did I say things? Why did I say something and not describe the exact thing that I'm thinking about, the exact topic that I'm thinking about? You see, you can edit yourself and really get to a point where you're not making mistakes. You can at least minimize your mistakes. That's why sometimes I edit the podcast a lot, but I like Kelly to listen to it too. And I like her to listen to the raw version as well, because if you're listening to that, then you can truly understand, this is where I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have acted that way. And it's just not good, because we're trying to be as professional as possible. So if we're making mistakes, if we're doing something that we shouldn't be doing, it's not professional and it's not good for you guys. So we're trying to make this as good as possible for you guys. And we're practicing our communication skills and reflecting on them and learning from them. So I believe communicating effectively is one of the best ways that you can actually get somewhere in life, whether you have a goal or whether you have a destination that you want to get. If you can communicate your ideas effectively and you can be a persuasive speaker, then there's almost nothing that you can't accomplish.
Yeah, communication is a huge asset and skill to have in essentially any walk of life. And especially in the business world, people always say, know sales, know how to do sales, know how to do sales. That's like the number one skill. If you had to learn any skill that has to do with business, learn sales. But what really is sales? If you think about it, you're just communicating effectively to encourage someone to purchase the thing that you want them to purchase. You just know how to communicate it effectively and sell it to them. So to me, that's what sales really is, because it's all about talking it and communicating it and getting it across to manipulate them into buying it. But manipulation doesn't have to be bad. But we're getting manipulated every day when we watch commercials, when we watch TV, when we go on the internet.
Yeah.
So
if I move this microphone from here to here, I'm manipulating it. If I'm moving my fingers, I'm manipulating my fingers. So manipulation doesn't just have to be you're conning someone or forcing them to do something they don't want to do. But as you said, you're just changing their opinion, their perspective, and getting them to do something that they would not have done if you had not added that momentum, that movement, that speech, that communication, that persuasion into the equation. So, but yeah, so we love just being on the podcast because it really is a muscle that you fine tune once you're able to speak and once you're able to talk for an hour, 2 hours. We've done, I think the longest podcast we did was like 3 hours or so.
Was it that long?
But it was at least 2.5. It was at least 2.5, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yes, with 5D, who we know is Corbin. So
we did quite a while with Neil as well. Maybe over an hour.
Yeah, that was probably an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes or so. And we are going to schedule more interviews. But you know, things are just moving on very quickly. We're very busy. We have a lot of stuff coming up that you guys are going to enjoy watching. You guys are going to enjoy seeing. So we just wanted to communicate. And what was the affirmation that you said? I am loved. I am protected. I am.
Yeah, I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. Because when you're in that brain state or that nervous system, again, it's a fight or flight. So you are perceiving things as a threat to your life.
So
literally.
let's just do this. We haven't done a guided meditation in a while. I'm going to go ahead and do a guided meditation using the premises of I am safe, I am loved and protected. And I'm going to channel what the audience needs to hear because I can feel it that I need to do it right now. Sometimes you get that feeling that you need to channel. There's a message that needs to come out. So I'm feeling that the message needs to come out. So we'll go ahead and channel a guided meditation right now. I'll show you how I do it. If you're new to the podcast, new to the channel, this is how I do it right off the top of my head. It just comes out naturally. And sometimes I think of a topic, sometimes not, but I get into the channeling state. It's just a matter of breath work. And once the words come in, then they start to flow. So let me get into this quick state. And
I will send Reiki healing energy as well.
The divine energy has entered your realm of existence, and now is the time to spread it. Because through the hands of God, through the hands of creation that you are blessed with, placed upon your body, placed upon your shoulder now, leading you and guiding you in the proper direction of peace, love, and harmony, letting all that is know that all there is love, that all there is safety and guidance in the presence of God. There can be nothing other than protection. There can be nothing other than love. There can be nothing other than safety. Feel this and know this without a shadow of a doubt. Because even a shadow of a doubt means that sun and light are not illuminating every area in which you are. Because if there is sun, if there is light surrounding you in all areas, in all phases, then not even a shadow could exist in that realm of existence. So continue on, moving your light from one person to another. And through this movement, the divine will flow through you, through them, and continue to flow and flow, running through, moving through, like a river of flow, a river of divinity. Allow this river of divine divinity to flow through you as you go about your day, feeling protected, feeling the wings on your back sprouting and allowing you to fly and glide and go everywhere you need to go, when you need to go there. There is God protecting you. There is God willing with you, allowing you to change and persuade the hearts of others to be more like God, to be more like the divine entities, like Jesus, like saints, like all perfect beings that exist on the realm of heaven, on the realm of all that is, all beings, all guides, no matter what creed, no matter what religion, allowing them to be able to contact you with the breath of divinity, the breath of freshness, the breath of love, the breath of harmony, the breath of all that is, breathing this fresh breath of life, this fresh wave of existence onto your life, onto your body, onto your existence, allowing you to flow like the water that is, allowing this water to be within you, this holy water, this divine water, this flow of creation, creating a new space around you, creating a new space in humanity in which we will not allow negativity anymore. We only stand for positivity. We can only accept positivity into our life. We can only accept divine healing into our life. We can only accept miracles of all kinds into our life, in all forms, in all ways. We can only accept maximum love into our life, because in this moment in time, you have to realize that this divinity allows us to be all that we are. And once you are all that you are, anything is possible. Say it with me now. I am all that I am, and through me, anything is possible, because God resides within me, and where God resides, there can only be perfection. I am all that I am, and since I am all that I am, divinity rises within me, sways within me, persuades within me, flows through me, outside of me, within me, and all around me, causing miracles to be everywhere that I step, causing miracles to be in every room that I am, allowing everything good to happen quickly, perfectly, and easily, allowing the flow of time to stop in this moment, allowing all time to be now, knowing that a miracle exists right now. A miracle exists on this plane of existence. And since now is all there is, this miracle is forever. This miracle lasts forever wherever you go, wherever you are, wherever you see this miracle is, wherever your eyes can see, wherever your feet can touch, wherever you can hold, wherever ideas you can hold in your mind, this miracle will be here throughout all time, with you now and forever, because all there is us, and we are family, and we are here, and we are now, because we are greater than we know, much, much greater. In our greatness, our divinity, our divine flow of creation begins now. Shivai. So.
Nice.
Whew. So yeah, sometimes you just got to get that out, man. You really do. And whenever I do meditations, whenever I practice this, it just makes me feel so good. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I really should be doing it every day because it's just so good. But sometimes if I wait a couple days, a couple weeks, sometimes a powerful message just has to come out. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people don't even realize, and I don't even realize how powerful the vibrations are whenever people go back and hear it. How did you feel, Kelly?
That was really good. I definitely felt the energy flowing, like a little bit of goosebumps, bit of chills. I definitely felt my hands getting hot, and I just imagined the energy. I just saw people lined up, and it's just like waves going through them. So I know anyone who listens to that will definitely feel positive effects. But yeah, maybe you should start doing a little channeled message like every day on social media or something, like a quick one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah. Ooh, I just feel so uplifted. I feel so good and uplifted that it's crazy because this energy is just vibrating so quickly, and you can really feel it, especially whenever you're doing the meditations, whenever you're doing and speaking upon what happens whenever you have these divine messages. And I don't even know what's going to come. So in that meditation, truly felt like there were divine beings in there, like Jesus, like divine prophets, divine guides, divine leaders speaking, because I don't even know what's going to come out. Yeah. But that's just what came out. And whenever you're channeling messages, it really is, the hardest part is getting out of the way of it. So a lot of people, if you never channeled, you won't realize it. But the hardest part is just getting out of your own way and stop thinking and worrying, oh, is this right? Is that right? Okay, is that real? Is this real? Or should I say this? Da, 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 da. Because you're going to see it like a little bit right before you say it. It just wants to start flowing and flowing. And if you really wanted to, it's not like you're, possessed and you can't stop. You can always stop. You're always in control. But the messages just come through, and it's just so powerful to really hear it. And whenever I'm doing these meditations, whenever I'm we have so much cool stuff coming. We're writing books about our journey, our spiritual journey, our healing journey,
really cool
and what to help you guys. And
we're so
it's
excited.
oh my gosh, this stuff is just, it's so exciting, guys. What we're doing, what we're trying to do, and what we're going to do through the help of you guys and through this absolute desire that we have to make the best content possible, because our goal is to change the world.
Our goal is to spread the word of God in a way that really has never been done before. We are not attached to any one religion. We are not attached to any one way of teaching about God. That's why we do these reaction videos. We're learning about all the ways to learn about God, and you're learning with us. And then through this learning, we can teach, because you can only teach by learning. And now I'm getting excited because I can just see the excitement coming out of you, because these meditations, these channel messages, that is clearly your calling from God. That's why you're getting so pumped up. That's why you're getting all this natural energy, because it's literally just coming through a God source. And when you have that, and when you're feeling that, that's when you know you are on the path that God has given to you. And it's such a beautiful feeling. And I just know that that's what we're meant to do, because I also do write affirmations, 369 affirmations. And I end them about saying, you know, we will, in the name of God, help millions of people.
Yeah.
And it was never, I mean, I've been writing it for 2 years while we've been on this health journey. And I never thought directly we would literally just be talking about God. I never thought about that, but this is just how these things go. They will naturally start following course. We have been trying so much different types of content over the past year, just to see what sticks, to see what we like, to see what you like. And next thing you know, these religious reaction videos start taking off. So of course we start doing more of those, because we like learning about it too.
You're absolutely right, Kelly. I mean, because I'm just so excited, because we have so much coming up, and I just feel so connected to God right now whenever we do the meditations. And it's just my calling. And everybody has that calling and that connection to God. They do this thing. They feel more connected to God. Everybody, whether it's art, whether it's meditations, whatever it's
taking care of your family,
whatever it is, you know what it is. But everybody should take care of their family regardless.
Oh yeah.
And so
I just have deja vu. That's so weird.
But I feel like everyone has just something that's different. That's their own talent that they can give to the world. So and like you said, it's good to take care of your family, of course, but I'm talking more on like art or something, you know, meditation, or
but I'm saying
it's sports and inspiring people like Kobe Bryant. And
right. But I say that to mean that it doesn't have to be this big crazy thing, because not everyone has a path like that, but we all have something that we're meant to do that connects us more with God.
I believe that everybody has a path like that. I believe that everybody has some kind of talent within them that they can give to the world. Now, whether they're in tune with it or not is a different story. And you're not a bad person if you're not doing it, but I believe everybody has a specific talent that they can share with the world. It doesn't matter whether it's knitting. It doesn't matter whether it's digging holes in the ground. There's a place for everything that people can find. Like I believe Kelly's place is healing. And whenever she heals, it feels so much better. And I always ask her for Reiki sessions. And it's like, I'm always thinking like, she's not giving me a session. She's not giving me a session, because I ask her so much. I was starting to rely on it too much. So I had to stop, because I was like, all right, this is affecting my own growth. But it's like, I need to get better at doing meditations too. So I need to do more and more and more. I mean, I've done over 400 or 500, but still just to my standard. But I'm just saying that because I feel like that's what connects me to God. And I feel like Kelly connects her to healing. And I really like when she does Reiki. Like, I'm always thinking, I wish I got a session this week. I wish I could do it, because she's so talented. So I feel like we all have different things that why are you looking like that?
Like what?
Like,
I don't know.
But we all have things that connect us to God. And I feel like Kelly's is healing. Mine is meditations. And if you guys know what yours is, tell us. That would be awesome, because we want to know what your talent is. Some people have writing. I mean, it's just so beautiful. But we have so much cool stuff coming up. And right now I feel so reinvigorated from doing this podcast and feeling connected to God. And after doing that meditation, I can't wait to go back and hear that meditation. But I probably will start doing daily channeled messages. That was a great idea, Kelly. And that's
I think you should.
Yeah, because we get a lot of cool different ideas and messages. And Kelly, you should do it too, because she gets messages all the time.
I know.
I mean, she gets more messages than me. I mean, it was to the point I was like, dang, like, because I've gotten certain messages just like blatantly, but Kelly would get like, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, dang, how do I get that? Because it's such a cool superpower that I'd always be like, man, I wish I could have that. Like Kelly has it.
I wished I had it before it started happening. Like we went to another healer one time and how she got messages. I'm like, that's so cool. Like every once in a blue moon, I get a message, but I would love to be able to get these messages for people. That would just sound so awesome. And then it started happening for me as I delved more into being a healer. And that's typically when mine come out during healing sessions for the most part for other people, which, you know, whoever I'm doing the session on, which I really enjoy. And I just love it. I love being connected to.
You think you should do it
side.
more for me?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing one tonight. But the thing is, even if it's not a full session, like I give it to you every morning.
Yeah, but you know that's not the same. Come on.
I heal your
food.
It's
not the same. You know it's not the same.
I get it, but I did want to do one tonight.
It's not the same.
I did want to do one tonight.
That'd be like me, like, oh, I talk to you all the time, so I'm giving you guided meditations all the time. But so anyways, but what I was saying is, and the point I was trying to make is, that's why it's like you should never really be, you know, you should look at other people like, that's cool, that's what's up, I love that. But you shouldn't look at someone and really envy what they have, because I wasn't like that, and neither was Kelly. We weren't envious or jealous, but we were just like, man, that's so cool that she gets that. I wish I could get messages like that. Yes. Meanwhile, I'm giving direct guided guides through my guided meditation for 25 minutes straight, thinking, oh, I wish I could get a message. And I'm just doing a guided meditation channel for 30 minutes straight. So it's crazy how that works, because a lot of times you can overlook your own talents by thinking, oh, I wish it would happen to me in this way, but yours happens the way it's supposed to happen. Yeah. So a lot of people are inspired by art. They're artists. That's how their gift happens. Next thing you know, their art moves somebody. Oh, this means this. So there are messages that come with the art and inside of the art. So it's just cool thinking of it in that way, because, man, it's such a beautiful process when you're able to just actually listen and think and, okay, this is what we're going to do. This, we're connected to God. We're together. We're doing it. And it's just like such an awesome experience whenever you're just locked in together. And if you have someone you know, just hold their hand, man, and feel that palm connection right there, because that's where your heart chakras are connected to.
We have heart chakras in our palms connected to our main heart chakra point. So that's a big part of holding hands. And I'm a real
physical person. So I like to hold hands. Kelly's more, I don't know what she is. She's an alien.
I don't have a love language.
I force her. I'm always holding hands. Yeah. She's just a cold-hearted bee. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Yeah, I'm joking. She's not like that at all. I started to like
holding hands more. I mean, it's not like I didn't like it. I just didn't go for
I had to loosen her up. I mean, we've been together over decades, so it's like over time, you know, we know everything about each other. So, but yeah, it's just so fun being on this path and this journey together, and we have so much cool stuff coming up. We're really in the transformation stage where it's like we're taking the next step, we're going to the next level, and it's just so freaking exciting, guys. It's just, I can't tell you how I feel, especially after doing that meditation. It's just like, wow, dude, bam, bam, bam. You start visualizing the wings. Whenever I saw Kelly in the QHHT session, the crown on her head, this woman is like a goddess. See, it was like, this is insane, you know? So it's like you're really with the people in your life for a reason, and you connect in that way for a reason. So it's just, it really is just so fun to be connected. And we're going to start doing workshops with people, help people unlock their hidden talents, their hidden gifts. We're always looking for more people that are aligned and on that vibratory plane in which we know that, hey, they're on the right path. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, because there's a lot of people out there that are very enlightened, very highly intelligent, very spiritually aligned, but they're not putting out any content or doing anything. And like Kelly said, it's not for everybody's path to do that.
Yeah.
But then again, I was always thinking like, oh, it's not for me. It's not for me. Other people are doing it, whatever. I'd watch Billy Carson, all these people. Oh yeah, they're doing it. It's not for me. And then it got to a point where I was like, I have to do it. And I don't even like being on camera. I don't like doing guided meditations. I didn't like doing any of that stuff. I was so self-conscious, even about putting my voice on the track and thinking like people are not going to like this. So you just have to get over that hump and just say, who cares what anybody else thinks? Because if you truly believe that we are all one, then it doesn't matter what anybody thinks because everybody's just a reflection of themselves. So if people are talking bad about you, they have something going on within them that they need to get through.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think everyone should create content, especially if you go on social media and just scroll or whatever. Like if social media truly is not your thing, you don't even go on it, you don't have the apps, you don't have accounts, and you're just totally just separate from it. I get that. But if you're on it anyway and you're always looking on there, I just feel like
content.
Yeah, like why consume when you can just create your own? And I think truly everyone has something that they could share with people online. And if you feel called to help people, making content online is such a beautiful, easy way to do it, to literally get it out to the world. And I honestly think a lot more people do want to create content deep down or would want to try it out. But I think fear stops them, fear what people think, and pretty much comes down to fear what people think. But it's not necessarily for everyone. Of course, we all have our own paths, but I think everyone should create content.
Yeah, I think that's the new wave. I think that the way that the future's going, everybody's going to need to have a platform of some sort. And if you're doing it now, you're already ahead of the curve. So you should be ahead of the curve and really be putting out this content because you don't want to be late to putting out this information and this knowledge. Stop worrying and being stressed and fearful and just start doing it. You can't live in your fear. This whole process over the last few years for us has really been about getting over fear. So even now, if I feel fearful about something, it's nothing compared to where I was a few years ago. I was scared of everything. I mean, when I think about it now, I was scared of everything. I was scared of my own voice. I was scared to put my own voice on there, my face, my body, talking about this and that and looking weird and crazy and I mean, go on the list, man. So you really realize how scared and how fearful you are by all the things that you're not doing.
Yeah, and this is like once you just go ahead and do it, it doesn't feel scary at all and it just feels natural. And guess what? Nothing bad happened to us when we started talking about aliens and all this kind of stuff. Nothing bad has happened. We're alive. We're okay. We're safe. So
and we think everything that happens is good anyway. So
yeah. So it's fine. Just people are going to think what they think anyway, but it actually has nothing to do with you and it's actually none of your business. So literally who cares? Just do what you feel called to do. Because
I would tell Kelly that all the time too. I'm like, dude, it's none of my business what people think about me.
It's really not.
You know, I don't care because people would be telling me, like my sister would be telling me, people that we know would be like, oh, you know, he's talking on the podcast and what's going on with him? Why is he doing that? And all this stuff. So now it's like, I mean, who cares, man? You know?
I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, I don't know who these people are.
But hey, thanks for watching.
Yeah, it never stopped me. It never stopped me. So you can do what you're going to do. I'll do what I'm doing. You know, I know where I'm going. I'm with God over here.
Hey,
so I don't know what you're doing and who you're with.
And talking about us, I hope you're following at least. Giving a like.
Exactly. Give me a like. Help the algorithm, whatever, because, you know, those are, and I don't know who these people are or what they said, you know. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But those are the kind of people that are living in their fears and projecting. Everyone is projecting. Everything you do is a projection. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that. It took me a while to even get to this point. I've never said this before. This is new. Everything that you do is a direct projection. So if you're feeling angry at someone, you're angry at yourself. If you're loving other people, there's love within your heart to yourself. If you're feeling jealous, then there's something going on within you. Anything that you do is a projection. So whatever you feel on the inside, it's going to project on the outside. That's why in the meditation I was talking about bringing God into your life and having God within, because then you're going to spread it out and you're going to have that wave, that residual wave of beautiful divinity and divine energy that connects God through you to everybody else, because it's going to be a direct stream through you to everybody else.
Yeah.
So people need to realize that everything you do is a projection. If you're angry, guess what? What are you angry about? You're angry at yourself. You're projecting it. There's always something going on within you, and you have to work through these things so that you're never in a bad position, so that you're never in a position where something's going wrong and you just break down. That's why we talked about programming your subconscious mind. That's why we did that guided meditation. That's why we make guided meditations on our channel, on Han Meditations, on Spotify, all platforms, and on YouTube. That's why we're doing what we're doing, because we're making a difference. We're not making any money doing this. We just want to help people out. We truly do want to help people. I mean, we put hours upon hours of time into helping people and giving the best information we can and working on ourselves, because we wouldn't even feel confident coming up here and talking to you guys if we hadn't gone through some serious situations that were life-threatening, that everything was on the line financially, on health, literally life or death situations. And Kelly was saying that yesterday. Huh?
I was saying, you name it.
Yeah, exactly. Kelly was saying that today. She's like, imagine we're listening to our podcast. We're like, imagine we didn't go through what we just went through the last few years and we're talking to people. Like, we wouldn't even feel okay doing it. So that's why sometimes God's going to give you a challenge in your life, because it's going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you with your confidence. It's going to help you have that demeanor about yourself in which you know, hey, guess what? I'm him. I really did it. So I don't need to hear anything from anybody, because I know what I am and I know what I did. And I have that love and that protection from God. And I know God is within me. The wings are on my back. The crown is on my head. And I'm a spiritual being that can't be stopped no matter what. If you come with that mindset, and you know, if you can't be stopped, you can't be stopped, that momentum will carry you through outer space and throughout time, never stopping, just keeping on going. That flow of God, that energy of God, that love, that harmony within yourself, you have to be connected to it. And with that and through that, all things are possible. And everyone around you is going to be in a position where you're going to be successful. You're going to eat. You're going to be doing your thing. So it's just, man, guys, let's go. Let's go with this, man.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Exactly. Woo! All right, man. It's lunchtime. There's pizza upstairs. You ready to eat?
There's pizza.
Yeah.
How you know?
Because I got a text.
Psychic?
There's pizza.
He gets weird psychic things these days. I'm telling you. Someone will just say something like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how you know that? How did you know that? And he's like, I just knew it.
Oh, yeah. I know what I need to know when I need to know it. And I do what I need to do when I need to do. You keep saying them affirmations, you're going to be a powerful being beyond your comprehension. So
yeah.
Thank you guys for being here. We love you guys. We're going to see you next week. Every Friday, we're dropping an episode no matter what.
See ya.